Welcome to Troop Travel Planning Part 1. In this video, we'll go over the travel progression, planning and budgeting, and council permission and paperwork. Let's get started. First, we'll talk about why travel at all. Then we'll go over GSUSA's Troop Travel Progression. We'll give you some tips on letting girls lead travel planning. We'll go over planning and budgeting for your trip. And finally, review council permission and paperwork processes. Not only does travel provide memorable moments and new experiences, it also provides life skills that will last a lifetime. Through travel planning, girls will broaden their horizons and engage in the world around them, and they'll learn things like planning, budgeting, and evaluating, all which can transfer to other aspects of their life. We also know that as girls get older, it's harder to keep them engaged with Girl Scouts. Travel is one great way to do that. It can provide girls opportunities they might not have with their other activities. The Girl Scout travel progression gives girls the chance to learn the skills they need to become competent travelers. Whether the trip is a day hike or a cross-country trek, basic steps of travel planning are essentially the same. Of course, planning an international trip is more complex than planning an overnight close to home, but building on past experiences is one way to ensure girls are ready for longer overnights or international travel. Letting girls choose a destination or activities isn't the only way to let them lead. With your guidance, girls can set the itinerary, budget, make reservations, create goals and expectations for the trip, and more. Adult support in trip planning will depend on the age and grade level of your girls. Adults should be facilitating the girls' brainstorming and planning, never doing the work for them. Share your ideas and insight, ask tough questions when you have to, and support all their decisions with enthusiasm and encouragement. Younger girls or girls who have never traveled before will likely need adult support to draft a loose framework, but they can help fill in ideas and activities. As they grow in skills and experience, they can take over more and more of the trip responsibilities and tasks. Involving girls in the planning and execution allows them to empower themselves, encourages cooperative learning, and promotes fun and friendship. Ask yourself what they are currently capable of and work with them to develop the skills they need. Encourage your girls to enjoy the journey as much as the destination. Planning the trip can be just as fun as the trip itself. They can have a great time working as a team to dream up adventures and figure out how to bring it to life. Before you start, encourage your troop to listen openly to everyone's opinions and create a plan for how you'll make your final group decisions fairly. Once you have a trip in mind and you've captured some basic ideas, break up into teams to do more research on each topic. A good place to start planning is with GSUSA's Guide to Domestic or International Travel. Both are available at the link on your screen. These guides include planning worksheets like the ones you see here and suggested timelines for planning. Girl Scout trips should be affordable to all the girls in the troop or group. The girls should be involved in all financial decisions, and parental support is essential. Discuss travel plans, budgeting, and money-earning projects with families before finalizing plans. When creating the budget, be sure to calculate all costs, which may include event registration, admission, duplication of materials, transportation, parking, gas, insurance, lodging and food, or other things. Indicate the amount paid by the troop and the amount paid by each girl. Regarding spending money, having discretionary funds for girls is great. They can make decisions about spending their money and learn to manage it themselves. While you cannot demand that parents send a certain amount of spending money, you may provide a suggested minimum. You may and should set a limit. It is important to have a consensus on amount of spending money appropriate to the trip. All money in the troop account belongs to the troop or group, not the individuals. Girls should decide how different possible situations will be handled ahead of time, including those listed here on the screen. Things like what to do about money-earning projects, should everyone have to participate equally, what happens if someone leaves, and more should all be discussed as a group before you get too far along in the travel process. Council permission and paperwork is a very important part of the travel process. Submitting all of the proper paperwork means that you're covered under Girl Scout insurance and that we can help you in case of an emergency. All overnights, regardless of the number of nights or distance from home, require council permission and paperwork. These forms are split into 3 steps because we know you might not have all this information all at once. So step 1 is the intent to travel form. You'll complete this when you're just starting to think about an overnight trip, before you've done any serious planning. This allows us to support you through the trip planning process and ensures you receive all the information you need. Step 2 is the troop travel application. You'll complete this form when you have solid plans for the trip, including dates, location, and tentative attendees. The final step is step 3, travel paperwork. You'll complete this form prior to your trip once everything is confirmed. Once you have a final roster of attendees and you've collected any necessary paperwork, you can submit this form. Full timelines and details are available at girlscoutsalaska.org/travel. This video is meant to give you an overview of the troop travel planning process. Be sure to visit girlscoutsalaska.org/travel for more information, including links to forms as well as documents. Watch Troop Travel Planning video part 2 for more information about group dynamics, cross-cultural experiences, and travel preparedness.